I am live, finally. Wow, I'm finally live. Listen, guys, YouTube was hating on me. I am out here in Jacksonville, Florida. If you're watching this on the replay, this is a live Q&A that I do. It's called Cigars with the CEO. It's been a minute since I've done the Cigars with the CEO. I've been extremely busy. Today happens to be August the 30th. Had a very, very good summer so far for the business. And I am here in Jacksonville Beach, beautiful Jacksonville Beach. If you follow me on Instagram, you have seen all the behind the scenes. You saw me driving down. You saw me at the beach, the seafood. What's going on? We got Big Baller. Oh, that's Marco in the building. How you feeling, my man? You call me the big baller. Oh, no, Mario. That's you, my man. That's you, Mario. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, Mario, hit that share button. Everybody that's watching right now, I want you to hit that share button right now. Hit the share button and hit that like button. We got July 30th, not August 30th. Thank you so much for that, SB. You're right. It is not August 30th, July 30th. Look, my mind is already in another month. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for reminding me for that, SB. It's July 30th. Dean, my man, what's up? Who is that? That is, all right, that's Dwayne 107. Hey, Dwayne 107, how you doing, my man? Chucker 8111 is in the building. What's going on? How you feeling, my man? Says, what's up, Dean? We got Sharina's in the building. Hey, Sharina, how are you doing today? Says, hey there. April Bates is in the building. Hey, April, how are you doing? If you guys are watching right now, there are 25 people watching. Hurry up and hit that like button. Let people know you're watching. Hit that like button. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down button, but do something. Don't just stare at me. I don't want you to be a spectator, but I want you to be a participator. Participate with me. Okay, laugh out loud. Understand, on vacation. Yes, I am on vacation, SB. I really appreciate that. All right, we got Fresh Air Brown is in the building. What's good, my brother? Enjoying the vacation? You signed up last week. Congratulations for signing up for the course, Fresh Air Brown. How are you liking it so far? Now, if you're watching this on the replay and you're like, Dean, who are you talking to? If you're watching live, you get to see all these other comments as well. So when you're watching live, you get to see the comments, but on the replay, you don't get to see the comments. That's one of the cool things about watching live. It's very anonymous. You can say what you want to say. Unlike Facebook Live, everything remains. YouTube Live, you know, the comments do not remain. That's thing number one. Thing number two, if you say, Dean, I wanted to ask you questions about how you're able to pay for a vacation using business credit and make it a complete business write-off. How come I didn't know about it? So two things happen. Either thing number one, you've watched one of my videos before, or somebody shared it with you, and I came up in your recommended video, but you have not subscribed. Or two, you have subscribed, but you did not hit the bell. You have to hit the bell to get the notification. So I'm gonna go and toast up this beautiful Cohiba. I'm about to toast up this beautiful Cohiba, very fragrant, aromatic. You know, the ladies like the smell of a Cohiba. I'm sorry, not Cohiba, I'm tripping, a Cuba Cuba. Forgive me, guys. This is a Cuba Cuba, not a Cohiba. This is a Cuba Cuba by Acid, the blue label. Very, very nice stick, very aromatic. It smells very much so like sweet incense. The ladies love the smell of it, and I am here at a resort in Florida Beach. If you, like I was saying, Jacksonville Beach, if you follow me on Instagram, there's a link in the description if you're watching this on the replay that'll take you to my Instagram. On my Instagram, you'll see all the behind the scenes. You'll see me on the beach at the marina having a wonderful dinner, all of the other good stuff. This was an impromptu trip to come down, so I am going to talk to you guys about it. This is a live Q&A. I'm gonna be very transparent about some things, and we're gonna talk about how you're able to use business credit to pay for your vacation. Now, if you're watching this on the replay, I have to warn you, I love my subscribers. My subscribers are actually my supporters and my participants, so I'm going to interact with them. So if you're like, Dean, hurry up and get to the point, no, I'm not gonna hurry up and get to the point. I'm gonna answer their questions and I'm gonna talk to them because they are here to see me live. So I'm going to toast this up, and I'm going to see what you guys are saying, and then I'm going to get to the meat of the matter, which is how you're able to use business credit to pay for vacations and it be a full business write-off. Don't matter what your business is, whether it is a trucking company, whether it is a jewelry company, a t-shirt company, whether it is a cigar company, or a nursing, you're a nursing provider, you know, provide income for, not income, but you provide care for low income or for the disabled. Whatever your situation is, I'm going to show you how you're able to use business credit to pay for vacations and it'd be 100% right. All right, so I'm going to toast this up. And I don't have my torch with me, guys, so I'm using this thing right here. I don't have my torch with me, so like I said, this is very impromptu. It's not the best burn because I can't really toast it. It's not a very good burn, but hey, we're on vacation. It is what it is. All right. So let's see. So, all right, so go ahead and hit me, give me that like button. All right, I want you guys to hit the like button and the share button right now. Hit that like button and hit that share button right now. Let people know that you are watching. Share the wealth, share the love. So let's see, let me go ahead and look at some of these comments. So give me a second, guys. And I'm gonna talk about how we're able to get down here. So who's all in the building? Okay, we got Marco in the building. Okay, cool. We have April Bates is in the building. SB is in the building. Hey, SB, how you doing? We got James Diet is in the building. Hey, James, how you doing today, my man? Let's talk about the $1 million checks. Yes, we're gonna talk about the $1 million checks, James. Thanks so much for watching, my man. What's up, Dean? Floyd Houston is in the building. Hey, Floyd, how you doing, my man? Miss Jones is in the building. Hey, Miss Jones. Hey, everybody. Say hey to Miss Jones, everybody. We got Kevy is in the building. My man, about to drop some gems. Yes, I'm about to drop some gems. Kev, make sure you hit that share button. Share on Facebook. Share on YouTube. Share. Send it to your side chick, to your main chick, to your baby mama. Send it to your baby daddy. Send it to your side dude. Send it to your cousin, your uncle, your brother. Doesn't matter. Hit that share button and text it to someone, or share on Facebook and Twitter. This was not a good light, guys. They don't want to like. That's one thing I hate about this. It wasn't able to like correctly, but hey, it is what it is. The meat of the matter is going to be the live Q&A, but you know, I like to have a cigar with you guys, cigar with the CEO style. They don't want to like. Stay lit. Guys, stay lit. So let's see who else is in the building. Okay, we got Colette Lee Lewis is in the building. Hey Colette, how are you doing today? We got what's that? Minners the trucker. How you doing? How to get business credit without credit? All right, I'm gonna ask you that. I'm gonna answer that question. That was the first question, and I'm gonna answer that question for you. That is Mizer the trucker. I'm gonna answer that question. Yo, I'm here. That's Kenneth is in the building. Hey Kenneth, how you doing, my man? We got Afromatic Anatomy TV is in the building. Hey Afromatic Anatomy TV, how you doing? All right, it says can't have all work no play. Signed up last week. Awesome, Fresh Air Brown. I'm glad that you signed up for my online course. I appreciate you, my man. I'm excited to be doing business with you. Carolyn says, hey everybody, ready to get that knowledge. Good stuff, Carolyn. Got JC Black is in the building. What's up, Dean? Big John here. Good. Okay. So this is the second question I'm gonna answer. Oh shoot! Don't let the tripod fall over. Listen, this is live, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, this is not rehearsed. This is live. Thank you so much. Now we're at 36 people. Well, the reason why we're at 36 people because you guys hit that like button and you hit that share button, and I appreciate you so much for that. So if you're just now coming in, I want you to hit that like button and hit that share button. Let people know you're watching and let them know that you value the information. Give me a second, guys. This tripod wants to act up. This is very impromptu, so. All right, so this question was from Big John says, would it be good to file bankruptcy, then get a 300 secure loan from a bank to build credit? That's a very good question. JC, so the first question I'm gonna answer is this. So, all right. So this is how we're gonna do this, because you guys are coming in, have a lot of questions, and I'm going to answer all of your questions. So you guys gotta bear with me for a second. Bam! Am I centered? If you guys can see me and I'm centered, say see me. If it's gonna be wobbly, it's just gonna be wobbly. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Let's see, can you see me? Boom. Make sure playing with this funny tripod. Like I said, this is very impromptu. I don't have. Okay, you can see me? Okay, awesome. You can see me? Mo is in the building, says, what's up, Dean? Okay, so this is how we're gonna do this, guys. So I'm gonna answer. So this is what I need you guys to do. So one, when you come in, I want you to introduce yourself, say hey, say where you're watching from. That's thing number one. Thing number two, as soon as you come in, even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to hit that like button, and I want you to hit the share button. I want you to share the wealth. I'm going to talk about how you're able to build, not build, but how you're able to use business credit to pay for vacations, and it's a business expense, okay? All right, so, but I'm also going to answer your questions too. So I'm going to first, I'm going to answer those first two questions. I'm going to get toasted up, and as I get toasted up, let me explain what happened with you guys. So today is Monday, and I am still down here in Jacksonville on a impromptu vacation. On Wednesday, I found out that my brother's mother passed away. And so my brother's mother passed away. Like, if you guys follow me on Instagram, like I said, you guys see all the behind the scenes information, all the behind the scenes everything you see on Instagram. And on Instagram, TransUnion had just left our office. TransUnion had just left the office on Wednesday. And I was gonna do a live Q&A in our private Facebook group, because we do a live Q&A every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Now, the reason why I didn't go live on Tuesday was because TransUnion needed a fancy shredder with a lock on it. So if you guys don't know, if you're watching this for the first time, you don't know who I am. My name is E.DeanCole, and I own E.DeanCole Financial. We are a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. And in the business credit development, we have what's called DCFI Online, which stands for DeanCole Financial Institute Online. And I teach an online course. And in this online course, it teaches you step by step on how you're able to build business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit. And it also teaches you how you're able to build and repair your own personal credit as well. We have multiple online courses. And just by you being enrolled into my course, we report to the credit bureaus like a trade line. So because we report to the credit bureaus, as just being enrolled into our program reports to the trade line. So there's not too many companies that do that. The reason why we're able to do this is because we've been in the business. I've been in banking and finance for 18 years, almost 2 decades. So nevertheless, TransUnion was doing an inspection. So I talked to my account executive with TransUnion, and they were like, okay, they were going, and because I have a good relationship with my account executive, she was telling me what they were looking for in the inspection. And one of the things that I did not have was this fancy spancy shredder that was a cross-cut shredder that had a lock on it. Now, Uline sells these. So if you guys want to know, if you're a consultant company or a consulting firm and you need one of these shredders and you want to be able to report to the credit bureaus, Uline have them. They're a few $100s. You can use your own business credit to get it through Uline. But, this was Tuesday. They were coming Wednesday. There was no way that I could get it from Uline, so I had to rip and run, and eventually I found one at Best Buy. So anyway, that happened on Tuesday. Wednesday comes, we do the inspection, and I post on Instagram showing TransUnion, showing the letter and all the other good stuff. After that, my sister-in-law calls me, and she tells me that my brother's, he's my half brother, but his mother passed away. So I stopped what I was doing, left the office, and went to my brother's house. Spent the rest of the night there. I did a post in the private Facebook group telling everybody that there was a death in my family and I needed to take some time. And I needed to take some time, really galvanize some things. And I, as an entrepreneur, as a CEO, you work extremely long hours. You work extremely long hours. If you guys follow me, you guys see, sometimes I work 24 hours. There are 2 days, there are either 2 to 3 days in a 7-day period that I will literally work 24 hours because of my support team that's in the Philippines. Because you know, when it's 8 a.m. here, it's 8 p.m. in the Philippines. So because of that, I'm sorry guys, this lighter is really giving me the blues right now. This lighter is not wanting to light up this stick. This stick is really giving me the blues. But anyway, so what happens is I just needed a break. So much was going on. I was like, look guys, I needed a break. So I went and over to one of my friend's house, and she and I was talking. Like, she's a friend of the family as well. Beautiful, beautiful girl. Very beautiful girl. And we were talking, he was like, can you believe it? This, and the third, blah, 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 yakety smacking, this, that, and the third. And so she was massaging my shoulders, and I was like, you know what, I really want some seafood. And she was like, yeah, she likes seafood too. I said, you know what, let's go to Florida. And she was like, really? I said, yeah. I said, let's just get up and let's just go to Florida. So Friday, we left, and it's Monday, and we've been enjoying ourselves on an impromptu trip to Florida. So here we are, and we're at Jacksonville Beach. Beautiful beach. Oh my gosh, go to Instagram to see the beach. Beautiful, 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 beautiful beach. Okay, I like it, one roll. So now this is the kicker though, because I'm doing this live Q&A, and because my business is structured the proper way, all of this is a business write-off. It's a business expense to me, every last bit of it. And I'm gonna teach you how I was able to do it. So somebody asked the question. Let's see who that gentleman was. I assume it was a gentleman. Let's see. He asked the question. He said, who has a boom, boom, boom? Okay. Okay, Desmond, I'm gonna answer your question in a second. I saw your 554 credit score, Desmond. I'm gonna answer your question. So who was it? Boom, it was Miss Freeze the Trucker, or M.I. Freeze the Trucker. I think it's M.I.M.Z. Freeze Trucker asked, how are you able to build business credit with no credit? It is a miscalculated assumption that you have to use your own personal credit in order to build business credit. You do not have to. Business credit is not a scam. Business credit is not getting a new social security number. It's not a CPN. CPNs are a part of it for advanced levels, but for the basic levels, you don't need to. Like I mentioned that I had to get a cross-cut shredder with a lock on it from for the credit bureaus, and there's companies like Uline and Staples that has that, and you're able to use business credit completely separate from your personal credit to do that. So you ask, how are you able to build business credit separate from your personal credit? Let me tell you. First thing is this: business credit is separate from your personal credit when you are a legitimate business. The problem is that a lot of times people jump into business not being a legitimate business. If you guys are with me, I want you to say with you, all right? I want to make sure that I've done the introduction. If I've done the introduction, I want to make sure that I have your feedback. Like I said, I don't want you guys to just be a spectator, but I want you to be a participator. So I want you to say with you. If you're with me, I want you to say with you so I can move forward, okay? All right, we got Kev says with you. We got Damien says with you. Okay, awesome. Good stuff. All right, you have some business question for me, Royalty the Trucker? If you have some business question for me, stay with the live. I'm going to answer your questions. All right, Jazz says with you. Okay, Curtis says with you. All right, Houston says he's with me. All right, good stuff. All right, good stuff. SB is with me. Okay, awesome. Raymond is with me. Okay, awesome. So In order for you to build business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit, you must first be a legitimate business. Your business is its own separate entity, just like a child, when you do it the proper way. A lot of people will go and start doing business and they'll just jump out and say, hey, I do business, I'm a business owner. And what they might do is they might be a hustler and they might hustle. But being a hustler isn't the same thing as owning a business and building business credit or creating a business. In order for you to create a business, you must either have an LLC or an INC or an S Corp or a C Corp. You must be incorporated with the Secretary of State. Now, in most cases, in order to be incorporated by the Secretary of State, depending on what state you're in, it's going to be anywhere from $150 or anywhere from $100 on the low end. If you are a veteran, you can actually do it for free in certain states, but $50 if you are a veteran, as much as $450 if you are in California, or if you're in California, or if you're in some or in parts of Texas. Now, there are over 50 people that are watching right now. I need all 50 of you guys to hit that like button to show the support. Let people know you're watching. Let Facebook know you're watching, and hit that share button. Like I said, share on Instagram, not Instagram, but share on Facebook, or share on Twitter, or just share it. You know, hit the share button and text it to a friend. Go ahead and let YouTube know that this information is valuable by hitting that like button and hitting the share button. And if you don't like it, like you think Dean is this crook, this flashy crook, and all this other foolishness, then hit the thumbs down button and tell me exactly how much you hate me. Either way it go, I want you to be a participator. I just don't want you to be a spectator. So, once you set your business up the proper way and it's a legitimate business and you have a business entity, now you're able to build business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit. Everybody has an SSN, all right? SSN stands for Social Security Number. If you understand where I'm coming from, I'm about to do a temperature check. If you understand where I'm coming from, I want you to say, got it, all right? So if you understand where I'm coming from, I want you to say, got it. If you don't understand where I'm coming from, I want you to say, lost me. All right, like I said, this is interactive. I don't want you to just look upon me. I don't want you to just look at me. I want you to look upon me to get it. Okay. All right, who's with me? Okay, Kev says got it. All right, Damien says got it. Boom. Raymond says got it. Okay, Jazz and Justice says got it. Awesome. Josie says, you from Vine City? Yes, JC, I am from Vine City. Yes, and Timmy, I'm from Vine City. We can talk about that a little bit later. Yes, I got it. All right, got it. Okay, I see you guys saying got it. Okay, awesome. Now, the same way that we have a Social Security number, which is a SSN, once you create a legitimate business the proper way, you have what's called an EIN, which stands for an Employee Identification Number. Some major companies call it a TIN, which is a Taxpayer Identification Number, okay? Now, whether you get an EIN or a TIN, it's the same premise. But first, you must incorporate and have an LLC when you go and get your EIN. Your EIN is 100% free. It's F-R-E-E. It's free 99, okay? It is free to get your EIN, Employee Identification Number, from the IRS. Once you get when you do it the proper way, when you're filling out your information to get your EIN, it's gonna ask you, are you applying as a corporation, as a individual, as a nonprofit, as a member of an LLC, or a member of a corporation? So that's why it's important for you to have your LLC first, or S Corp first. And I'm going to break this down in a second. The reason why I explained the two between an S Corp and an LLC, specifically for this vacation purposes. I'm going to explain this to you. And once you have your EIN and you do your EIN, that is the foundation that you need to be able to legitimately build business credit. So that's how you do it. So those two things are the two things you need to do to completely separate yourself from your business. Now, there are different steps that you must go through in order to build business credit. It's a recipe. It's like baking a cake, because most of everybody in here like cake. So if you're watching this right now, even if you're watching on the replay, and you understand that it's like baking a cake, I want you to say your favorite cake. Like, my favorite cake is red velvet, so I would type red velvet right now. So if you understand that building business credit is like following a recipe, what is your favorite cake? So whether that be chocolate cake, or, oh, y'all ever heard of a socket to me cake? Socket to me cakes are good, or a 7-Up cake. Or what's yours? Red velvet cake is your favorite? Jazz and Justice? Lemon cake is a good one. Who says lemon cake? All right, Harold Walker says lemon cake. That's a good one. Rum cake, listen to me. Rum cake is a good cake too, Trucker Vaughn. Rum cake is good. Strawberry cake. Big Papa 757, pound cake. Pound cake, that is Mario Caldwell. Yeah, pound cake is good, especially if you have some ice cream with it. That's good. Red velvet cake is yours too, Cedric. Okay, so you guys get it. You understand where I'm coming from. Okay, get it. Okay, good. Pineapple upside down cake is pretty good. Carrot cake, that's an interesting. Who says carrot cake? That's Emzo Ahazi says carrot cake. Good stuff. Red velvet cake. Who says red velvet cake? That is Gadman says red velvet cake. Real life says peanut butter chocolate cake. I never heard of that one before, real life. Okay, good stuff. All right, now 7-Up cake. Now, Justice Simple Trucker, you asked that question. I'm gonna come back, and when I say I'm ready for questions again, then I'm going to answer your question. Okay. So red velvet cake is good. Lemon cake is good. Free cake. What's a free cake? Who says that free cake is any kind of cake you can get? James, you like a free cake. Any kind of cake you can get that's free. That's your favorite type of cake. That's funny. That's good stuff, James. Okay. You so amazing. Laugh out loud. Carrot cake. Oh, it's I'm so amazing. Oh, okay, because you got it written kind of funny. I'm so amazing. Okay, laugh out loud. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, free cake. Yeah, that's a funny one. Okay, so basically, it's a recipe. Now, in my course, I teach you step by step on how you're able to build business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit. So just like that free cake you might get, or just like the prime example, the pineapple upside down cake, because that was very cool. So the way a pineapple upside down cake works is this. First, you have to put the pineapples in the bottom of the pan. If memory serves me correct, you have to put the pineapples in the bottom of the pan and put the cherries, and you have to place it. Then after you do that, you have to mix your dry ingredients and you have to mix your wet ingredients. And after you mix your dry ingredients and you mix your wet ingredients, then you have to pour the cake. Even though the pineapples are raw, you pour the cake in the cake batter, right? And then you have to put it in the oven. And then after you pour the cake and then you put it in the oven, you have to pull the cake out, and then you have to flip it upside down, right? After you flip it upside down, then you take it off, and then you put the glaze over it. Now, what if you forgot to grease your pan? The cake could be ruined. That one small thing mess up the entire cake. Or what? Better yet, what if you set the oven to 300, instead of setting the oven to 375 degrees, if you set the oven to 575 degrees, and that one thing caused the cake to be ruined. So if you understand where I'm coming from, I want you to say, got it. If you don't understand where I'm coming from, I want you to say, lost me. Like I said, this is interactive. I want to make sure you got it. Who says sup? That is Chicken FC says sup. What's up, Chicken FC? Okay, that's because you just chimed in, Chicken FC, talking about some lost me. Somebody just said shut up. Okay, that's good stuff. I appreciate that. Lost you. Okay, German chocolate cake is a good one. Okay, you guys said got it. Okay, awesome. So I said all of that to say that if you don't follow the steps and you don't follow the recipe, you're going to be messed up. Now, the same way we talked about that simple pineapple cake, upside down cake, wedding cakes are these elaborate 6 and 7 tier cakes, and people are so intimidated, and they're like, man, I can never make a wedding cake. I can barely make a pound cake, let alone a wedding cake. But this is the thing. If you follow the instructions step by step, and you take your time step by step, then you can accomplish it. Now, if you just go up there and try to do it by yourself because you watched something on YouTube or because you read a cookbook or something, but you did not read it step by step and you did not follow the instructions step by step, then one, it might take you longer to make that wedding cake if you don't have a professional baker with you, or two, you can miss out on something, that one small thing that can mess it up. That's kind of what it's like when it comes to building business credit. That's why in my course, we walk you step by step. There was someone who enrolled into my course last week, and he's a young boy, a young guy. I don't want to say young boy, I don't want to be derogatory, a young guy. I really admire him. He's doing his thing. He said he wants to buy a rig. And he was like, Dean, can I just pay the entire subscription and just go straight to the end? And I was like, no, it is a 16-week course because it walks you step by step to make sure that you don't make that mistake. All right. So I said all of that to explain that's how you're able to build business credit without your personal credit. That was the first question. Now, the second question somebody asked was about filing bankruptcy. I think it was Josie Black that asked about filing bankruptcy. Now, this is the thing. I think you asked, is it okay to file bankruptcy? John asked how much. I'll explain, John, how much it is. It's not that expensive. But, so, was it, I think it was Josie Black asked, should you file bankruptcy and then build business credit? You're very welcome, John. It depends. Why are you filing bankruptcy? Bankruptcy is not a cure-all. Bankruptcy is a great tool that entrepreneurs and the affluent use. And it's so humid here, guys, in Florida. And this little makeshift lighter doesn't want to torch up my cigar. So I'm having a horrible cigar with the CEO. But a pretty good live Q&A session. But it depends. In banking and finance, there's something that's called moral hazard. All right? If you guys are with me, I want you to say moral hazard. I'm going to teach you guys moral hazard. So one, I want you to say moral hazard. If you've heard of it, I want you to say heard of it. If you've never, I want you to say never. Okay? So let me make sure you guys are with me. So moral hazard. And if you've heard of it, I want you to say heard. Just say heard. Don't say heard of it. Just say heard. If you've never, I want you to say never. Like I said, this is interactive. All right, moral hazard, never. Okay, who is that? Let's go ahead and shout you. Thank you so much for participating. Let's shout out the people that are participating. Okay, so it is, all right, what's that? Big, that's an interesting name. Big Ison B. LE says moral hazard, never. All right, Raymond Lawson says never. Trucker Vaughn says never. Moral hazard, I'm so amazing says moral hazard, never. All right, Roderick Sharp says heard of it. All right, Charles Benford says never. All right, Randy says heard, ready for your first consulting tomorrow. Well, I'm still on vacation, Randy, so it won't be tomorrow. If you are in the course, then you are able to schedule a 15-minute with me for no additional charge because you're enrolled into my course, but I'm still in Florida. So I'm not going to be back officially doing business until I got to call my brother tomorrow. I'll be back in Georgia tomorrow night. I decided to stay an extra day. So I'll be, but okay, let's see who else. Okay, heard of it. All right, never. Okay, awesome. I appreciate the support. Okay, Lovely Care says, for those who are asking how much is the course, how about you click on the link in the description box. This video is not about how much the course is. Thank you so much. That is Lucy CE. Thank you so much, Lucy CE. I appreciate that. Oh no, that's Lovely. Man, my eyes playing tricks on me. That's Lovely C. Thank you, Lovely C. I appreciate that. I appreciate that support, Lovely C. All right, Harold Walker says never. Kenneth says never. John says heard of it. Moral hazard, heard of it. Okay, awesome. So what moral hazard is in the banking and finance world, moral hazard means that you conduct your business and you conduct your finances in a proper way that it is not harmful to yourself or harmful to others. Most of you guys know about the bank bailout, right? You guys remember when President Obama did the stimulus package, and you guys heard about these big banking corporations and these big banking companies having these golden parachutes. And what a golden parachute really is that a CEO, someone like myself, who, let's say for instance, my business is $10 million business. So I own a $10 million business. Feds are watching. My business, Feds is watching, because I know you're watching. My business is worth $10 million, $10 million business, right? So God forbid I break up $10 million worth of debt for my business. Now, in my business, let's say for instance, I have 150 employees. When we file bankruptcy as a business, nobody gets paid. Nobody, my creditors don't get paid. My employees does not get paid. No one gets paid. But I own a $10 million company. Well, let's say for instance, if I am able to have a golden parachute of $3 million. It's a very nice golden parachute. So that means that I'll be able to walk away with $3 million and nobody gets anything. That's called a golden parachute, which is what a lot of the larger CEOs, a lot of the large corporations did when the banks failed, because they wrote it up in their bylaws. So now, moral hazard came to the forefront when that happened. What moral hazard is basically making sure that you do not repeat the same mistakes, and that what you do does not negatively affect others or negatively affect yourself. When you file bankruptcy, you're going to have to sit with a trustee. And a bankruptcy attorney is going to ask you, can you afford the bankruptcy? There's a difference between a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. All right? There's a difference between a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13. Now, a Chapter 7 bankruptcy is basically like, most people want a Chapter 7 where you just want to wipe everything off. So Chapter 7 is where you completely start over again, clean slate. Now, let's pause parenthetically. If you are considering bankruptcy, this is for informational purposes only. The information that I'm sharing for you is for informational purposes only, and also could be used for entertainment, not for instructional or legal purposes. You must consult a bankruptcy attorney for your state. Okay, y'all ain't gonna get me caught up in these games. Okay, I already know how y'all do. Listen, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I've been in banking and finance for over 18 years. Y'all ain't gonna, No, I take vacations with these type of bars to the beach, not the other type of bars. The devil is a lie. You dig what I'm saying? So, but Chapter 7 bankruptcy is basically a bankruptcy where everything is wiped completely clean, complete clean slate, completely clean. A Chapter 13 bankruptcy is when you have a repayment plan, where, let's say for instance, now the Chapter 13 bankruptcy is the best bankruptcy to file if you're trying to save a house or save real estate. You can do a loan modification if you get behind on your mortgage. Majority of the time, the longest a loan modification can go for is maybe 2 or 3 years. If you do, well, 2 years, 24 months. But if you do, but then if after the 24 months, if you're still not made whole, there's a term which is called made whole. If you're not yet made whole, and you still need assistance, then you can get an amendment to your modification. But if you do a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you can, I have seen, Chapter 13 bankruptcy, excuse me, I have seen people file Chapter 13 bankruptcy, have been 3, 4, 5 years behind on their FHA mortgage, which is the best mortgage you can have. And they put all that old negative debt to the end of their mortgage. And it's like those 4 or 5 years never happened. Beautiful thing, if it's done the proper way. So to answer your question, the first thing is, why are you filing bankruptcy? Are you able to clean up your credit? If you're filing bankruptcy for things like a whole bunch of credit card bills, or if you're filing bankruptcy for, instead of using business credit for vacations, you use your personal credit for vacations, and you have all this major debt, for your credit card, on your personal credit, it's not good reasons to file bankruptcy. If you have IRS debt, is a good reason to file bankruptcy. In my opinion, consult an attorney though. Child support. You cannot bankrupt child support for Chapter 7. Possibly can with Chapter 13. Marital debt. Depending on what state you're in, some marital debt can be used in bankruptcy, but not for alimony. But things that you gain together in your divorce can be used for bankruptcy. So to properly answer that question, first I need to know why you're filing bankruptcy. You guys know the number one, okay, if you guys know the number one reason why people file bankruptcy, give me your answer right now. Let me know, let me see if you guys know what's the number one reason why people file bankruptcy. And I'm gonna read your answers. And if you're watching this on the replay, I want you guys to comment below as well, because I come back and I answer these questions. So you can't see the answers, you can't see the questions live because you did not subscribe and you did not hit the bell. But I still want you guys to participate as well as if you were watching live. And then subscribe and hit the bell so next time you can watch live. All right, hospital bills, that's okay. Hospital bills, driving in all type of debt. Let's see here. Debt. Let's see here. Drowning. You said, I guess it must be drowning on top of debt. Okay, so Mario says hospital bills. Drowning. Okay, you said drowning. Okay, I'm awesome. Not enough income, debt ratio. Not enough income, debt ratio, Harold. Okay, wage garnishment. Well, wage garnishment comes because of the debt. All right. Foreclosure, JC Black, foreclosure. Okay. All right. Kelp, medical debt, I believe. That's Kelp who says that. That is Kelp Santina. All right, there are 60 people watching right now. I want all 60 of you guys to hit that like button and hit the share button. Share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it everywhere. Still Hogging is in the building. What's going on, Still Hogging? Financial mistakes while they are young. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. That's not the #1 reason though, but that's a very good one. Pressure with all overdue bills, Raymond. All right, and royalty, the trucker, medical. And the answer is yes, medical. The #1 reason why people file bankruptcy is because of medical bills. That is the #1 reason why people file bankruptcy. Now, medical bills are extremely high. They are extremely, extremely expensive. They are. At the same time, did you guys know that you can get medical bills wiped off your credit report without having to file bankruptcy? Yep. You can actually get medical bills wiped off your credit report without having to file bankruptcy. Now, if you need to file bankruptcy for medical bills because one, your body is going through recovery, the last thing you need to be concerned about is credit. I agree 100% without any equivocations. Make sure your body is together. Make sure that your health is together. Like I said, what prompted this trip with my friend and I was my brother lost his mother. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know it was going to be as soon, but you know, we had to make sure that she took care of her health. And so she wanted to be cremated. She didn't want to have a service, but you know, her wish was granted. And me and my friend, you know, I said, you know, she was like, yeah, let's go. So we came, took a trip, got stuff together. Because I said this on Instagram, I said, I did a post of me on the beach and no. When I was at the harbor where the yachts were, and we were eating lunch, and I said in that post that everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Sometimes we work so hard at trying to make a living that we forget to live a life, which is why every 3 months as a CEO, I am somewhere like this. The last place I was in Vegas, so every 3 months I'm somewhere like this. I'm about to go to Bahamas. This is impromptu. I'm about to go to Bahamas next month, but I said all of that to say this, that yes, if you have medical issues, the last thing you need to be worried about is a freaking credit card payment. If you have medical issues going on, the last thing you need to worry about is paying that debt. That's why, you know, they're making the whole thing right now to repeal and replace Obamacare. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you can actually get those old debts removed. The reason why you can get those old debts removed is because your rights as a consumer. Let me explain something to you very clearly. Okay? Now, in my course, not only do we help you with business credit, we help you with personal credit as well. It's called 720 FICO coaching on the personal credit side. And on the personal credit side, we show you how you're able to wipe those things off your credit report. The reason why is because most of these collection agencies and most of these credit card companies, they violate your rights. Yes, even though you had to have that surgery or even though you had to have that treatment, if they do not abide by the FDCPA, which stands for the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act, the FDCPA, which is the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act, and the FCRA, which stands for the Fair Credit Reporting Act, if they don't abide by those rules and those guidelines, they violate your rights. And you'll be surprised, 75% of them do violate your rights. Most of them do. And if you're able to call them on it and you utilize your rights as a consumer, you can have that completely removed off your credit report without having to file bankruptcy. So now the same person who asked me about filing bankruptcy, they said about a foreclosure. So Josie, if you are filing bankruptcy, my advice to you is you do need to build your business credit, because your business credit is completely separate, 100% completely separate from your personal credit. It is 100% completely separate from your personal credit. So you would need to build your business credit immediately. Now, I am staying at a resort. You know, I'm staying at a resort. Me and my friend, we have a very beautiful suite at the very, very top floor. However, if I go, if I'm done with this and I'm about to go take my shower, jump into bed, if the elevator is not working to get to the 30th floor where our room is, if the elevator is not working, I can still take the stairs and get to the hotel room. Okay, still get to the suite by taking the stairs. Now, if all of my belongings are upstairs, you know what I'm saying? So if the elevator's out, so what am I gonna say? Oh, well, the elevator's out. I can never go get my stuff. Old girl is upstairs waiting for me to come upstairs. Oh, well, I guess that's that. Or what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take the stairs. It doesn't mean now, if I take the elevator, I'll be upstairs in about 60 seconds, 120 seconds at most, because it was very, very top high floor. Or I can take the stairs and be there about 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe. You understand what I'm saying? I said all that to say this. When you build business credit, you can build business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit. It's like taking the stairs. Or if you do want to utilize your personal credit, which is why we have the 720 FICO coaching in our course, it's like taking the elevator. Like for instance, Ghost, who's watching right now, still hogging. I believe it was not confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. I love Ghost. If you guys are watching right now, and you want a good YouTuber to follow Still Hogging TV, Ghost. His name is Ghost, Still Hogging TV. I think him and his beautiful wife now, like I said, it was not official, I ain't saw it. He takes vacations just as much as me, and he is an entrepreneur just like I am. He's a CEO as well in his own right. Very successful young man, and he's overcome a lot of things. And watch Still Hogging TV. He is he's a trucker, but that wasn't his original business. He owns multiple businesses. And so, prime example, him and his wife, they just went on a vacation. And so, the exact same thing, they just went on a vacation somewhere. Same situation, same scenario, is that, you know, if he were in the same situation and his wife is upstairs waiting for him, best believe he's gonna go upstairs to be with his wife, instead of saying, oh, well, my wife, I left, my beautiful new wife is upstairs, oh, well, I'm never gonna see her again. Same difference when it comes to building business credit. Yes, if you're able to use a personal guarantee, if, it's not mandatory, but if you are able to use a personal guarantee, it makes it easier, but it does not make it impossible. All right. Now, there are different multiple levels of a personal guarantee. Now, a personal guarantee is where you're 100% liable, but then there's also an identity check for the Patriot Act. Now, with the Patriot Act comes along certain dollar amounts. They're going to verify who you are, but it still would not be bearings to your credit. There are certain credit card companies, they will verify who you are, but it never shows up on your personal credit. It's only 100% on your business credit. Okay, so there are different levels of personal guarantee. So if you understand where I'm coming from, if you understand the analogy that I'm using, I want you to say, got it. If I lost you, I want you to say, lost me, all right? So if you understand where I'm coming from, I want you to say, got it. If I lost you, I want you to say, if I lost you, I want you to say, lost me. Let's go ahead and see who's all in the building. All right, we got 49 likes and we got 48 people watching. Thank you so much for that. Okay, got it. Let's see who's all watching, who's participating. Okay, all right, Harold. Okay, no, let's see here. Okay, I'm so amazing. Says got it. All right, Prestige Mobile Detailing LLC says got it. Harold Walker says got it. Cedric Forder says got it. All right, Rose Angeline Jocelyn says got it. All right, Kev O got it. All right, Taboris Scott says got it. SB says, what about medical bills? That's what I was just talking about, SB. You probably lost it. All right, so you gotta come back. Okay, so the greater help says lost it. So I lost you. Ask your question about what did you lose? How did I lose you specifically? So write your question below, and if I do not get to your question on the live Q&A, ask your question below in the comments, and I come back and I answer your questions. Like I said, the live Q&A the live Q&A, you're not able to see the people's comments, but in the comments below, I can come back and answer your question. Excuse me. All right. So SB says can't afford it. All right. Got it. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Got it. Okay. All right. Mario is on his job. Thank you so much, Mario, for blocking the troll. Message deleted. Message deleted. Okay. Good stuff, Mario. I see you doing your thing. Awesome. Got it. Okay. So now let's move forward. Now, let me explain to you how you guys are legally able to go on vacations and it be complete business write-off. Okay. Now, the first thing is that the best way for you to do it, very first thing that you should do, if you're creating your business from scratch, creating your business brand new, you do not want to be pigeonholed by an SIC code. You don't want to be pigeonholed, or SEC code, depending on which industry. You don't want to be pigeonholed by a name or pigeonholed by a SIC code. So the way that it works is this. And matter of fact, I love it. Ghost, Steel Hogging TV. He and I actually had a conversation, and I did a cigar with the CEO when he came to Atlanta. Unfortunately, I'm so pissed off, so mad that I lost the freaking video because it was earlier on when I was just now doing YouTube, and I thought that because I have on my YouTube, I have conscious commentary, cigars with the CEO, CEO lifestyle, and I have live at 9s. These are 4 different playlists that I have on YouTube, and I thought that I was removing the live Q&A from Cigars with the CEO, and I actually deleted the whole video, and I was so pissed off. And because I don't have 20,000 subscribers, YouTube won't get back to me. But anyway, so Ghost and I was actually having a conversation about this. S Corp versus an LLC. S Corp versus a limited liability corporation. So who is that? That is Andy for making all those comments. Thank you so much, Andy. You and your trolling is pushing me up to the top of the ranking, so I appreciate that. So Mario, let Andy continue to make his trollish comments, because every single comment that he makes pushes me up. So now look, now we're at 55 people watching because the troll came, and now we turn trolls into treasure trolls. So let Andy make those visceral, silly comments, because what he's doing is he's pushing me higher in the algorithm, and because I am a god and because I empower people, he is actually helping me to get in front of people that need to hear me. So let the trolls troll, Mario. Don't block him. Let him continue to troll. 10-4. I got you, Mario. So but if it becomes distracting, then go ahead and block him if he becomes distracting. If it gets to becoming too distracting, and let the other viewers, if the other viewers say it's too distracting, then go ahead and block them. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, so let's move forward. So Ghost and I had a conversation. We were talking about the difference between an S Corp and an LLC, a limited liability company. Limited liability company is my favorite type of company that you can have, because it's very inexpensive to have. And not only is it very inexpensive to have, you can do it yourself without an attorney. However, an S Corp, you're going to need an attorney, and an S Corp is going to give you the best tax shelters. Now, let me take a step back, because I got a little distracted by the troll, because I got so excited. You know, when trolls come, that's treasure trolls, you know. What the enemy meant for bad, Jehovah God made for my good. It makes for all of your good as well. So, so get back on top. What you want to do is you want to have the name of your business to make you to allow you to make it easier for you, to write off different, like lavish vacations or whatnot, and use your business credit. Is that first, your business has to be structured the proper way. And the number one way of structuring your business, whether it's an LLC or whether it's an S Corp, is in the business name. The mistake that a lot of people make is they will pigeonhole themselves to a certain industry. Like, say for instance, if you are a nurse and you're an entrepreneur and you own a nursing home or a halfway house, or you own a in-home daycare facility, something along those lines. If you put that in your name, in-home daycare facility or nursing home or care facility, if you put that in your name, then underwriters and lenders, and also the tax man, because now we're talking about write-offs and we're talking about business credit, okay? So we're going to assume that you already have your business credit structured. We're going to assume that you're already structured, and now you're at the point to where you have large lines of credit, or you have a warehouse line, or let's say you have a line of credit that's attached to your business. And now it's tax time. Let's say you do your taxes every three months, quarterly, or you do your quarterly taxes, or you do them annually, depending on how you have it set up. Now, when the your CPA, now also, the same advice that I gave you about filing bankruptcy and seeing a bankruptcy attorney, I'm going to use that same energy and give you the same advice when it comes to a tax professional. My tax professional, listen, to my tax professional, I could throw a bag of rice in the air and it land on the ground. Before it falls to the ground, my tax professional will tell you how many pieces of rice it is and put it in chronological order. Beast, you understand what I'm talking about? Like I said, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. You understand what I'm saying? But for you guys, you want to make sure that you get a good tax professional. The reason why I have the type of tax professional that I have is because I live this lifestyle, the CEO lifestyle, where I'm able to have cars in my business name, houses in my business name, trips in my business name, and I'm still protected because of how we have our inner working set up. And you can do the exact same thing. But so, take a step back. The business name, when it's tax time, if your business name is in your industry, where you are pigeonholed by your industry in your business name, it makes it more difficult, and it raises eyebrows when it comes to audit time and when it comes to your tax time. So the best thing that you can do, what's going on? Trucker Brown is in the building. The best thing that you can do in that case is it's going to raise some eyebrows. So let's say, for instance, like I am staying at a resort on Jacksonville Beach. So let's say, for instance, like TB says 2 Chainz. So let's say if I'm a jeweler, right? And if I'm a jeweler and jeweler is in my name, and I want to write off this vacation, then the first thing they're going to say is, well, what does this vacation have to do with a jewelry company? So you're stuck, you're handcuffed. Now, you can be creative. Now, I would not suggest that you do any of this without first consulting a CPA or a tax attorney. But let's say, for instance, if you say, well, I was going to meet a supplier and we were going to have a meeting at this resort. So my fuel to get there, whether it be a plane, train, or automobile, that is a tax write-off. My housing expenses or my lodging expenses is a tax write-off. So yes, I might be on the 30th floor, have views of the ocean. That might be a tax write-off. The food that I use when we sit down and we have this meeting, tax write-off. The drinks, even though it might be Douce, which I did, Trucker Brown, I did go ahead and enjoy that Douce by Jay-Z, and I'm going to do a cigar with the CEO when I'm in my setting. That Douce is so smooth. So a Douce, bottle of Douce, or a bottle of Dom Perignon, or she liked pina coladas, or let's say she, pina coladas, whatever it is that she liked or whatever. Those things, tax write-off, because this is a business trip, because we are looking, or I'm meeting with and we're here by Florida, so this is a Cuban link, so we meet with a Cuban distributor. So if you're able to explain it away, hey, you see what I'm saying? Now, if your name isn't jeweler, let's just say, like Trucker Brown says, 2 Chainz. So what if my name was 2C Enterprises? 2C Enterprises? Okay, what was this? This was a business expense. Boom. The second level and third level questions stop because the business name isn't pigeonholed to a certain industry. If that makes sense, I want you to say, got it. If I lost you, I want you to say, lost me. And if I lost you, I want you to ask your question below, okay? And it is getting to be the hour mark, and I have somebody waiting on me, so I'm only gonna do this for an hour, then I have to go and finish enjoying myself with who's waiting for me. All right, got it. So who says this? Who says got it? Okay, we have. All right, Stephanie says got it. All right, T-Rex says got it. All right. Bartholomew says, got it. Okay, awesome. Got it. Okay. Well, you're not screwed there, Mario, because you can change it. So, Mario, you can change your name. So, I would not encourage you to change your name, but it can be done. Like I said, that's going to determine what's best for you. If you're just wanting to, like if you're in business and you're established and you have clientele and you're making and you're netting, I'm talking about after your expenses, and you're netting you're netting $250,000, then don't change your name. But if it's under $250,000 you're netting, and you don't have a clientele that is tied to your business name, then you could possibly change your business name. Okay, so let's talk another further. Now, the type of deductions. Like I said, my accountant, I can have a bag, I can have a handful of rice. Throw it up in the air. By the time it hit the floor, she gonna let you know how many pieces of rice was in there and give it to you in chronological order. She's bad with a capital B, and she's expensive. Like I said, the reason why is because I live this lifestyle and I set it up that way. Now, you don't have to spend the type of money for her like you would everybody else. Okay, you can get a regular accountant and you won't have to do all of those things. Excuse me. You wouldn't have to do all of those things. Somebody who's enrolled into the course, they just booked an appointment with me. I just got a notification with the scheduler. So I did not see, I just saw it said new appointment. So if you're watching this on the replay, I'm still in Florida. I'm at Jacksonville Beach. Like I said, I will be back doing business day. It's Monday. I'll be back Tuesday. So I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll be traveling tomorrow, going back to Atlanta. I don't need a vacation from my vacation because this vacation has been phenomenal. And I'm about to turn around and go to the Bahamas. So I'll be back ready to rock and roll come Tuesday. But nevertheless, back to what I was trying to say. Now I have a LLC, which is a limited liability company. Now the reason why I have a LLC as a limited liability company is because what I do, I need E.DeanCole needs limited liability against DCFI. Because I teach, I give advice, I could be liable if I don't use those disclaimers like I use for the accountant, and I could be liable if I don't use the disclaimers like I did for the CPA. Like when a lot of people on Facebook and they just talking and they don't have any, like I have an NMLS ID. I have an NMLS, I fingerprinted with the banking and finance. I've been in banking and finance for 18 years. So I could be liable as a consultant with the information I give out. If somebody's just on Facebook and they just talking and bumping their gums and they don't know what and not saying they don't know what they're talking about, but they're not held to the same standard that I'm held to in my professional certifications and my professional credence, if that's the case, like they can just spew negative and wrong information. They're not liable by any means. But me, E.DeanCole, I'm liable. That's the reason why I'm so specific about the things that I say and the way that I say things. Like I was talking to one of my business partners and it was just me and him on the phone. But because it automatically kicked in, I had to talk in a way that protected me in case of that. And I said all of that to say that's why I have a limited liability company, because I need limited liability. My business insurance protects me for negligence. All right, negligence is very common when it comes to medical practices, when it comes to negligent homicide, or when it comes to botched surgeries. Same thing when it comes to my mouth. You know, the #1 best-selling book of all time says that death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. The exact same thing when I am a speaker and I'm an orator and as a consultant, anything I say is worth its weight in gold. You dig? So I said all of that to say that the same thing when it comes to me having a limited liability company. Now, because I have a limited liability company, my tax write-offs are only 50% from the beginning, all right? My tax write-offs, because I have a limited liability company, is at 50% from the on-site. But because of that CPA that I have, she's great at what she's able to do, is able to get that other 50%, and I'm able to protect myself. Now, that's because I have a limited liability company. Now, if I have an S corporation, my S corporation, 100%. So much more is just written off with a S corporation or a C corporation than it is with a limited liability company. The reason why I have a limited liability company is because of the type of business that I have. But an S corporation and a C corporation, you're going to have a lot more tax shelters. So you're able to do, you don't have to be as detailed, like I said, to have a CPA that you could throw rice in the air. She counted before it hits the ground and give it to you in chronological order. She's bad with a capital B, you understand what I'm talking about? But I said all of that to say this. So the way that you're able to use business credit that's completely separate from your personal credit, and the way that you're able to use business credit and have vacations and write them off is by making sure that your business is set up the proper way, either being an S corporation, C corporation, or an LLC, to separate yourself personally from the debt. The second thing is that if you're starting from the beginning, make your name something like 2 Chainz, like not 2 Chainz, but like Trucker Brown said, 2 Chainz. Instead of 2 Chainz, TC Enterprise, or instead of Nursing Solutions, it can be NS Corp. Or if it's a trucking company, you can be, instead of it being Big Dick Trucker, it can be BDT Enterprises, or whatever it is you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever you're, and the reason why I say this, because that's how, listen, I see businesses and their names all the time. You'll be surprised at the type of business names that they have. You understand what I'm saying? But, so I said all of that to say this. In order for you to be able to properly have the type of vacations while you always see me on vacation somewhere, is because 1, I'm conducting business. 2, I have contractual agreement with some of these companies. And 3, because my business is structured the proper way, that I'm able to have a lot of it to be tax write-offs. So that's that, guys. It has been over an hour, and like I said, I have to go back up to this suite because she's waiting for me, my friend, and we're gonna have a conversation tonight. And I will see you guys later. So if you guys want to see, like I said, when we were at the beach, if you want to see what the the hotel looks like, we were on the beach, it's right on the beach. You can see all of that on Instagram. My Instagram link is below in the description. Thank you very much for that. Stay humble, cool stuff, good stuff. Stay humble. I appreciate you. Hit that share button, hit that like button. And if I missed your question, come back below and ask your question below. I am going to answer your question. And if somebody shared this with you, thank them and hit the subscribe button. So next time we're live, I can answer your questions live. But because those 2 questions were so detailed and I needed to answer them with such certainty, some other videos that I have, and if, like I said, if I have my last cigar with the CEO was like 2 hours. So I'm going to do another cigar with the CEO because 1, this sucked because of this thing right here. So I'm going to do another cigar with the CEO. Oh shoot, about to mess things up. I'm going to do another cigar with the CEO probably Friday or Thursday. I'm going to do another cigar with the CEO this coming Friday. I'm going to do another cigar with the CEO this coming Friday. So check the link in the description if you guys want to know about my course. You can enroll. The information is below. If you want to see the behind the scenes, like my trip down here, us having lunch at the pier by the yachts, on the beach, and all the other stuff, you can check the Instagram for that. So follow me on Instagram. My information is below. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. And listen, I want to remind you guys of something. The only person stopping you from being successful is you. It does not matter your sexual proclivity. It does not matter your ethnicity. It does not matter your religious background. It does not matter your economical standing. You can come from the gutter, start it from the bottom, and you can be at the top. You don't have to be a rapper or a drug dealer. You don't have to be a hitman. You don't have to be a pimp or a prostitute. You don't even have to shake your booty to do it. You don't have to be an Instagram model. You can build yourself and build your business the proper way, and anything you want to do, you can do it. If anybody has been successful at what it is you want to do, then it's possible for you to do it as well. Listen, every closed eye ain't sleep, and every sleep eye ain't closed. The only person stopping you from being successful is you. Stay woke. Go get them. Success is waiting for you.